So you think you're bad with your rap? Well, I'll tell ya, Pilgrim, I started the crap when you were in diapers and when.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Son and Pop's Culture. I'm Son.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 37.
37.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow. Where is the time gone?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's going to be 2 years soon.
Yeah.
A couple months, it'll be 2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot has happened since the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped crunching ice. I still smack.
Yeah, you still smack.
Still smack.
That's who you are.
That's just who I am. That's what I do. That's what I do. Man. So, yeah, here at Son and Pop's Culture, we bring you a father and son's take on movies, music, video games, books, television, comic books, just all things pop culture with a little slice of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So I guess we'll begin where we always begin with.
This week's drink.
And for those of you who don't know, this week's drink began as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink.
Yeah.
Since then, my son is now 23, and I don't know if he's found his favorite drink or not, but I think he has some standbys. So this is now just us drinking what we want when we want. But every once in a while, something new does show its face, and we're pleasantly surprised. So what do you got for me tonight, bud?
Tonight is a classic, folks.
Hit me.
All right, it is chocolate milk.
Or as my nephews would say, cock it milky. So, but yeah.
So yeah, not just store-bought chocolate milk.
No.
No, you got the white milk. We have 2%.
Yeah.
Or my dad's is almond milk.
Yeah, almond milk.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be drinking almond milk. What up, Jermaine?
And then some chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
But I've never had chocolate milk with almond milk.
No, I remember when you were little. Actually, honestly, but this is probably the first time I ever had almond milk and chocolate milk. So
I had when I make sure I
Yeah.
had like a spoonful.
yeah, it just look, people. I drink almond milk for multiple reasons. One, because I'm weird. Two, because for health reasons. But it ain't milk. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
It's different taste.
Yeah, I like it. I like it on its own. I'll drink it plain.
Mm-hmm.
I will not drink it in cereal. I will not put it in cereal.
I did that for like a week and it ruined almond milk for me.
It's not the same. It doesn't.
Yeah.
The cereal doesn't accept the almond milk like it does milk.
Mm-hmm.
And also you can't dunk in it. Like you try to dunk cookies in almond milk, same thing. Cookie doesn't accept the milk the same way.
Yeah.
So I just drink it, or I'll put it in protein shakes. But it's not. I dare someone to cook with it. Let me know what that.
It's better for you.
It is. I mean, my stomach will thank me for not drinking milk this late in the day. So yeah. But like even looking at it now, yours mixed up a little better than mine did.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this before I drink it because I like chocolate milk.
Okay.
I used to drink I used to make your chocolate milk for you when you were little. Do you remember?
No.
I used to shake it. I would put it in a shaker for you, so it would be thoroughly mixed. You were freaking spoiled. Wow.
That was you. I couldn't even
But
talk.
I just wanted to be right for you. I just wanted to be
I
right.
appreciate that.
Like best case scenario. So I put it in something I could shake up. I'd put a little squirt of strawberry in there too sometimes just to really throw you a curve. But I'm looking. My son, I'm gonna drink it. Then I'm gonna talk about it.
You were the one that wanted almond milk.
I did. It's not the almond milk I'm looking at. I'm looking at the color of this chocolate milk.
Well, mine's like we were low on syrup.
Why were we low on syrup? Were you drinking it out the bottle again?
No.
No?
I don't know. Mom's ice cream or something.
So those of you who don't know,
I used to have a problem.
he had a problem, and we found out about it in a shocking manner. One day when Julius was a young boy, I went to the refrigerator to grab some chocolate syrup, and I picked up the bottle, and it was empty. And I was so confused. How did it come out? Did you just tell me?
I might have told you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember it because you guys would just be like, stop doing that.
He would go and he would drink the syrup.
The syrup. I loved it. But yeah, you guys would be like, George, don't do that. So to this, even to this day,
Yeah.
like when I have syrup, I don't think of doing that. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can't do that. Or like, there's a problem with that, and there's a problem with eating frosting from the thing.
Yes, that's
So last year, I remember I got a can of frosting. I was like, I'm gonna eat this for dessert. I was
yes.
like, Whoa.
Yeah, did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. I loved it.
Yeah, oh, but that was my thing when I was little, was sneaking spoonfuls of frosting.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Chocolate frosting.
Yeah, that's what it
bomb.
was. Yeah.
Bomb.
It's like,
Yeah. Meanwhile,
probably not good for you
not
at all.
It's sugar, corn syrup, and
Yeah.
powdered sugar. So it's just like, yeah, and a little bit of brown. There you go.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
But man.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. But anyways,
Yeah,
that
you wanted to
wasn't
talk about the milk.
the milk.
You said you wanted to talk.
I just, the color, man. I wanted mine a little bit darker, but it was still good. It was still
Yeah, I
good.
wanted mine darker too.
Yeah, there was an episode of Martin once. You never watched Martin, but it was before your time. But it was Martin Lawrence's sitcom that kind of made my household name. His best friend's name was Cole. Well, it was Cole and Tommy. Well, one time Cole had to stay with him because I don't know if he got kicked out of his mama's house or whatever. And Martin's woman's name was Gina, and she didn't want Cole staying there in the first place. Well, something happened. I think Martin wanted chocolate milk, and so she made some for Cole too. And when she gave it to Cole, he gave it back to her, said it wasn't dark enough, and she lost her mind. Like he was like, he like looked at her, was like, no, you know, I don't like my chocolate milk that light. I was like, that's some balls right there.
Yeah, it is.
So
Some people are like that.
Yeah.
Some people would do that too.
yeah, some chocolate milk and
Like over. Would that be overstaying your welcome?
Oh,
Or
for sure.
Yeah. Some people are like that. But yeah, Martin's one of those shows I don't think a lot of people my age know about. That and a lot of people don't know Jamie Foxx had a show either.
yeah, for a while when he was like the manager of a hotel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
Yeah.
know. And there's a producer now that
Yeah.
uses a line from his show as his like tag.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What's the line?
Yo Pierre, something. I forget how it goes. You've definitely heard it, and then the beat drops. But he says Yo Pierre. It's Jamie Foxx. He says Yo Pierre.
Yeah.
I forget what else he says. Something, and there's a noise, and I knew that line was him, but I didn't know the
You
noise.
recognize the voice.
Yeah, I didn't know the noise was him making it too, because it sounds like a door opening.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was early UPN or WB. Do you remember either one of those?
WB, I know that.
was UPN was United Paramount Network.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was, they had like no shows, and WB was Warner Brothers, and they did the same thing that Fox did when it was in its infancy. And what those networks did was they programmed towards minority audiences, and then once they got viewership, they started transitioning out of the minority shows into more European type shows, and
European.
because when you had Jamie Foxx had a show, there was also like Malcolm and Eddie, which was Eddie Griffin and Malcolm Jamal Warner, which are like, who are they? Malcolm Jamal Warner was Theo from the Cosby Show, and Eddie Griffin was a comedian, and they had a show. They were homeboys in outer space. They were a delivery service in outer space to black guys. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah,
But
that doesn't sound good.
Yeah,
And that was a show that
was a
they
show.
aired when it got popular.
Yeah, that was a show that they aired to get it popular. That's,
To get it
they
popular.
focused on minorities like shows first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and like that 18 to 25 demographic.
Yeah.
And what else? There was another one. Oh, like Steve Harvey had a WB show. It was called the Steve Harvey Show. Now he's freaking Steve Harvey, but he initially had some barely watched sitcom on the WB. You know what I mean? So, anyways, it's with Cedric the Entertainer, like crazy stuff like that. Like, anyways, so yeah. But Jamie Foxx is, he's talented with the voices and the sounds and the singing and the playing and the acting and sounding cool. Your Uncle Chetty.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we know Jamie Foxx's biggest fan.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, Uncle Chet is you to the Rock.
Yeah, like he literally
The
told
Rock
me that.
too.
He didn't tell me that, but the other day I was like, "Oh shit, look!" I was like, "Bro, I forgot about that Robin Hood movie that had Jamie Foxx as Little John." He's like, "Jamie Foxx, I just hate him, man. It's just the way he talks. Just the way he talks. He gonna say everything like it's cool, and he does.
He does.
Which I didn't notice till he said it.
I know,
And then
I
was
know.
Like,
Once he
yeah, he's
said
right.
it,
He
yeah.
does say everything like he's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
But-
pretty funny.
So what do you think about No Way Home?
Good question.
I'm not saying he was a big part, but he definitely was that Jamie Foxx cool.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was like, look, I ain't doing nerd again.
Yeah.
He's got me to do nerd.
I'm doing
yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
I'm doing Jamie Foxx.
with lightning.
Yeah, I got
powers.
lightning powers. I have to be cool. Like, it was a totally different
Yeah,
character.
it was.
Like, it was a totally different.
It was.
Like get
They
electric
weren't even
powers.
trying-
Yeah, they were like,
they didn't even try to make him
You got
look the
electric powers?
same.
Made him
He was
cool.
acting
Yeah,
the
I was
same.
like, what?
No, he had the same name and actor, and we loved it.
we did. That was the last big one, huh? The last really big one. We got a lot to talk about. We talked about Ant-Man, didn't we?
We did. That
Yeah.
was the last one.
We have to talk about
Yeah, I know where you want to start.
the Academy Awards.
Yeah,
I don't know where to
last
start.
weekend was
Yeah.
the Academy Awards.
95.
95. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
1 year after the slap. 2 days after I watched Chris Rock's Netflix special that mentioned the slap. So
2 days before.
it's 2 days after I watched it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, where do we start, bud? I mean, there were two big movies, obviously.
Yeah, and one was not like, why was that a big one?
I mean,
All
and
Quiet on the Western Front.
yeah, I mean, what is the thing? We watched the bulk of the movies that were nominated somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Like unintentionally, we've seen all
Yeah.
but All Quiet, and
Because
Women-
usually there's a couple like, you just don't see because it's super indie, and you don't hear about it until after the Oscars or
right,
during the
right,
Oscars.
yeah, it creates like
So it's like, oh yeah,
a second life for some movie that went
Yeah,
under the radar.
yeah. But I'm
Like,
trying to
like Women Talking. Like,
Yeah,
we'll
Women
probably end up watching that now because that's the one we didn't see.
Yeah. And I didn't know it was about women talking. I didn't know it was about.
Jeez, sorry about that, people. Go ahead.
I didn't know it was about a religious sect.
What? A religious sect?
Yeah, in 2010 or something.
Oh, but it's a true story.
Yeah,
In 2010?
it was some. It was within the last decade.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was like 1900s because of the way they're dressed.
Yeah, the way we're looking. What?
Yeah, it was.
Man.
It was like it's within the last decade.
Wow. Okay.
So of the Best Picture nominees, we didn't see The Fabelmans.
Yeah, but
You
we might
didn't
as
see-
well. We might as well.
No, I'm gonna see it.
Mm,
We didn't see Tar,
No.
and we didn't see All Quiet, or we didn't see Woman Talking either.
So we really seen half of them. We seen half of them, basically.
I saw Avatar. You didn't see Avatar.
Yeah, I didn't need to see Avatar. You saw it.
Yeah.
So it's like I saw it through osmosis. I still want to see it, but
Well, you gotta see it in the theaters.
that's the thing too. But then that's the whole thing. You came home and said the same thing we said about the first one. Like, it's like effects are amazing, story's okay. Like,
Which I didn't expect anything more. I knew that story was
Yeah.
gonna be.
but that's what I mean. That doesn't make it Best Picture worthy to me. Like, I mean, you did the same thing again.
But the first one was Best Picture.
That's what I mean. But you did the same thing again. You did the same thing. Like 10 years later, you're gonna do the same thing.
Oh, we didn't see Triangle of Sadness. Okay, so we saw half of them.
We saw half of them. I want to see
Which-
Triangle of Sadness. I know.
Yeah.
I like Woody Harrelson.
I hear that's hit or miss.
Really?
The humor.
Who directed it?
I don't know.
Wes Paul Anderson.
No, it wasn't.
I don't
Wes
know.
Anderson.
Wes Paul. I
You
don't know.
got Paul Thomas
Paul
Anderson.
Thomas Anderson and Wes Anderson. Saul Anderson to me. He's probably my
Yeah.
cousin. You know, your grandma was an Anderson. She had 16 brothers and sisters. Probably our cousins.
Yeah, I'm sure.
True story,
think
people.
Wes Anderson-
My grandma was one of 16 kids.
For some reason, I think Wes Anderson's British, but he's not.
It seems like he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Take it or leave it, folks.
Mm.
His name, the
Man.
guy that directed that was Ruben Östlund.
Hmm.
I think he's European, but yeah, we didn't see that. I heard that's like depending on your humor.
Yeah. I still.
So we saw half of the movies.
It went from all but one.
Oh, well, there's 10.
Yeah, that's a lot now.
So,
Well,
yeah,
how
we-
has it been since
It's been 10 since like 2010.
Yeah, okay. That really 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So we didn't see Woman Talking, which won Best Adapted
It's only
Screenplay.
nominated for two things, you said, right? Best Adapted and Best Picture.
Yeah.
And she won one, so that's dope.
won one,
Good
which
for
is
her. She was
surprise-
hey, how excited was
I
she?
know. Which is surprising just because usually that doesn't happen. You know, you get nominated for. It's kind of like, oh, here's Best Picture.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
a giveaway.
yeah. That's what you
At
said.
that
Like
point.
because as soon as you won, you were like, oh, Yeah, they usually go hand in hand.
Yeah, like she's in the running now.
Mhm.
And then there's All Quiet on the Western Front.
Where do we start with this movie?
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm gonna give it a pass, kinda, because it's a World War One movie. But now World War One has become the new World War Two movie. So we just
I
had a
know,
World War One
yeah.
movie 3 years ago, and it's just
Two.
like
I
was it
feel
two?
like it's two.
What's it called? 1912 or 1910? 1917.
1917.
And somebody big directed that. And did
Well,
we-
they got American Beauty directed it,
okay.
and Roger Deakins was the
Okay.
cinematographer.
That's the big deal.
Yeah, that was his first Oscar
Okay.
win,
Okay.
and it looked like all one shot,
That's right. That's right.
but it was a war movie.
Yeah, and
which is impressive.
Look, yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
But yeah,
hot take.
this was
like-
World War One, and Dunkirk was World War One, wasn't it? Or was that? No, that was two. That was World War Two. Dang it!
But just war movies are like slavery movies. Like, seriously, just keep making them. I get it. Like, seriously. I mean, I'm glad that like World War One's getting some shines. They always say it was like the forgotten war, which is kind of crazy that now like
know.
and no one that was in World War One is alive. Like, like think
Well,
about
that was
that.
100 years ago.
Yeah, so everybody that's making these movies now are literally based it on like what they think it looked like. Like when people were alive and you could have made them, nobody was making them. Nobody was making them. The only time I think I've seen World War One in a movie was in Legends of the Fall, and that was like just part of the story. It wasn't like a war movie.
Yeah,
so
I can't
like
think of any World War One movies. It was all two.
it's the forgotten war,
Yeah,
and now here we are,
yeah, it's a new thing.
and this is the German version of it.
yeah.
Which I was like, so the Germans made a movie about World War One. So no one in America wants to see it because that's just how we are. Because it ain't about us. I mean, true shit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
you put subtitles on a movie, that's automatically a lot.
you lost
losing a
half.
lot
You
of
lost half
people.
your American audience.
Yeah, and then
What's your mom say? She'd be like, "Oh, subtitles."
subtitles in black and white British.
Yeah,
She,
yeah. He lost 75% of his audience.
no,
And
no,
yet-
I'm saying mom.
Oh, your mom. Yeah,
If it's black
Yeah.
and white,
yeah,
she doesn't want to watch it.
yeah. And
If
keep in
it's-
mind, people.
if they're British, I don't know what she has against British movies,
know,
but
I know.
she will watch it, but you gotta force her.
It's like, how about while we were watching the red carpet? I found out your mom hates Ashley Graham. The plus size supermodel.
You were saying that.
I was like, every time she'd say something, your mom would make a comment. I was just like, look at her like. So finally, I was like, babe, you don't like her? She was like, no. And I was like, why don't you like her? And she was like, I don't know. Or Instagram. I was
Yeah.
like, you don't have Instagram. She's always posting stuff.
I know,
Just
she
straight. Hey, she was on one. I was like, oh my gosh, you don't like Ashley Graham.
Yeah.
Just came out of nowhere. You know how your mom zeroes in. Like, she wouldn't even look at me. She just like staring at the TV talking. Like, no, I don't like her. I was like, oh, okay, babe. But but yeah, they
Yeah, World War One.
World War One, getting some love, I guess.
I guess, and I mean, I wasn't surprised it was nominated for all that stuff, but for it to be winning all that stuff, I was like,
That's
come on, it's just like it's such a template.
it's so annoying. It was so annoying.
Especially the music. I watched
Yeah.
this video.
Oh, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I watched a video and he had said the same thing. Like, if you had to hear that song one more time,
Yeah.
he's gonna go nuts.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
And if it didn't win, one other movie did.
Boom, boom.
That won everything else.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Look, and to give you some context, people, Julius, myself, and his mother, my wife, started watching that movie together. Keep in mind, this movie just
It was
won.
late when we started it, keep in
but
mind.
your mom tapped out 20 minutes in. Like, literally
fell
was like,
asleep.
and you know, and by the time it was over, what I say, I'm so glad your mom went to sleep. Because if she just stayed up and watched that movie, I think her head would have
It's
probably
not.
exploded.
It's just not her type of movie.
But what I'm saying, but it just won Best Picture.
I know.
And like, your mom, you know, she's like the standard for like, you know, she's like a taste tester.
No. I think it does. I think it winning Best Picture shows like, hey, yeah, you don't need to make this indie, posh stuff that only we watch, that only the Academy appreciates.
Okay, I'm listening.
This one, it was different. It was fresh. It was unique, and it made a decent bit of money. So people were watching it.
Oh, I liked it. You liked it, but neither one of us thought it was Best Picture.
Yeah,
But now that I've had a few days to think about it, what should have been Best Picture? What did we watch this year?
I know. I know people are gonna hate. I said Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun should have won. And I
not
don't
saying
like
it's-
those type of movies, and Top Gun should have
Yeah.
won.
I'm not saying it's the best movie. Well, what is the best movie? That's such a hard
I
question.
mean, but I
but
feel
like
like
commercially, critically, I mean, it did it. It did it.
I feel
It
like
did what it was supposed to do.
I think it did everything it was supposed to
Yeah.
do. It did everything, and I think it hit people on a level they didn't realize they wanted to get hit. Because if that movie would have come out 2 years ago when he wanted it to, it wouldn't have been the same. But something about it coming out now, like it just hit different than any freaking Tom Cruise movie ever has. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
It got to be his most successful film. I know it has to be
It is. It's
And-
one of
and-
the highest grossing movies
of all time.
domestically.
And like, that's saying a lot though. I feel like anymore studios lean on that overseas for
They
a
do,
lot of
yeah.
stuff. A lot.
I
Like
made decent money overseas, but
I'm saying, but if you can know it domestically nowadays, you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because like China been keeping Fast and Furious alive since number 3. I mean, seriously.
yeah,
Uh,
that Jurassic Park,
yeah, Transformers, like
I know.
I mean, China be like, oh, we'll watch it. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like we're over here like, no, these aren't good. Then they got The Rock thinking he's making good movies.
Yeah, he's
Was that you I was talking to? Or was that Marshall the other day when I was like, you know what? It was Marshall because I said Marshall. I was talking to Julius about G.I. Joe the other day because I had an idea for a video game and I told Marshall about it. And I said, ain't it crazy how The Rock just stole that franchise from Channing Tatum? I said, and he
no,
walked.
you told me that.
Yeah, but I told Marshall I
Okay.
told you. And then I was like, and then so me and Marshall was like, he did. And I was like, you know what's crazy though? I was like, he didn't save it. I said, The Rock has a real bad habit of swooping in, telling some people he's going to change something, and it bombs.
yeah, it bombs.
And nobody calls him on it. Like, hey, didn't you say?
That Shazam.
That's enough right there.
Damn.
In my opinion. He said the power hierarchy was going to change in the DCU. Like, he was basically trying to set himself up to be the next Superman. Mm-hmm. Like, literally.
He was.
And, like, it didn't happen.
He tried pushing for it, then
He did.
James Gunn got in
James
charge.
was like, "Dude, what? He was like, what? He's like, I got John Cena over here.
I got John Cena. I got Dave Bautista.
God.
Much better actor.
He got 2 WWF
I know,
champions.
making them actors.
Yeah, I know. He's like, he looked at me. He's like,
please put me in something.
he's like, I can act.
Yeah, he turns. He puts some teardrops in his eyes.
He's like, Rock, I saw that. No. He tries to give the eyebrow. He's like, it's not funny, Rock.
Yeah,
He's like, how about that? He's like, you handle this? He's like, yeah, Rock. He's like, these guys are actually over here acting now. And they both were WWF champions, which is funny.
yeah.
But they probably both have beaten The Rock in a match, actually. Wow. But, anyways, did you see the video?
Wait, we didn't finish talking about Everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. Which was good.
It was good.
I mean, to describe that movie,
I can see why people love it.
I mean,
I don't love it though.
well, you say people love it for the wrong reasons.
I think
Yeah.
a good majority of people love it for
For like the crass
Yeah.
stuff and the goofy stuff. But
yeah.
there's a really heartfelt story in there. Like, I mean,
It
it's not like
is.
you got to
It
dig
is.
for it.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's like 50-50. People, there's like a good majority that people can relate to that heartfelt story. Then there's a good another half that gets high
Yeah.
and watches it and
Like
this is hilarious.
hot dog fingers, man.
Yeah. And that's where you know, it's like either or.
I feel
My
like
opinion.
that's one of the only movies. I mean, not only only, but they're like, wait, there's just one part you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
In that movie, there's one part that you do know. When there's one line that when it's said, you're like, that's the line.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Even before, that's what made me want to watch the movie. Because people kept talking about that line.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it really is like whoa, but
Yeah, short
So-
round, he got the Oscar. You know,
Yeah, he got it
said
for a
the
reason.
line. Yeah, he deserved it.
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, can we say this? This Oscars was definitely like the lifetime achievement Oscars. You know
Yeah.
how like they give
after putting in the
people,
work.
they're like, oh, this person doesn't have one,
But that's the problem, though.
so then they give it to him, and they did
But-
that with, I mean, what's her name? Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah,
She deserved it.
hers. Yeah, she deserved it, but it was also like, for the sum of your work.
Yeah.
we know you're never going to do it like this ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
deserved it.
she deserved it.
Brendan Fraser, that's debatable. I didn't see the movie
That was the most complex role he's ever
done.
Ever played.
Yeah.
Like he played so many dumb roles. People thought he was stupid. You know that, right? Like people thought he was like dumb because he played so many like goofball characters.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a true story. Like,
I'm glad he's back.
yeah, it's good.
I bet he's gonna be in a lot of stuff now.
But will he be good?
That's a question. Yeah.
That's a question. Because his speech was okay. But he's given. That's the thing. By the time when Short Round gave his speech, I'm like, man.
Second speech. I feel like.
I'm like,
I think that was the second speech of the night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I was like, man, I'm deflated. I remember I was like, I'm deflated.
Yeah.
Like, I
it was
go watch
so
something
hyped
else.
up.
But I was like, at least he's still feeling it because he's done this now. Like he's won like 3 different awards because of this role.
Yeah.
He won the SAGs. He won the Golden Globes. You know, he was won this.
He
probably won the BAFTA. He's like, I keep giving this speech about like. But I think he really truly is just like, I'm blessed. I haven't acted in 20 years, and this just happened.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser, same kind of thing. But I feel like the emotional component wasn't as much. I think he was. I know he was happy, but he had that whole speech definitely planned out with all the metaphors about the ocean and whales and shit. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Not my favorite speech. But I was happy for him. But
that was a tough category.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
people in that. Jamie Lee Curtis.
She got the Lifetime Achievement, but who should have got it?
Well,
my auntie.
Yeah, Angela Bassett. I would be happy if she got it. But anyone else in that category should have got it over Jamie Lee Curtis. Everyone in that category.
Jamie Lee Curtis getting the.
She's not even the best.
You've been putting in work. Go ahead. She wasn't even the best one in the category for the movie.
I know. That's what.
Yeah, the other girl was better than her.
Everyone's saying. She shouldn't have been nominated.
No.
And she won. Out of everyone in that category.
And she won.
That's why I'm upset.
Yeah.
I wish Angela Bassett should have won. She started off strong. I guess they have something against Kevin Feige, the Academy.
Yeah,
they have something against.
Yeah, they
don't give other superhero movies big awards.
Like what?
Joker, best leading actor.
The Joker's different. Jack Nicholson made it so that playing the Joker means something.
Okay,
he did. That's why actors quote sign on to play the Joker.
Well, it's the character of the Joker.
Meanwhile, none of them get it till Chris Rock does it. But
anyway, she was good in it. She won the Globe.
Shouldn't have.
No, Angela Bassett.
Yeah, she did win the Globe.
And she did not win the Oscars, and no one agrees with Jamie Lee Curtis winning.
I mean, it was just like you saying everybody ever work. I'm like, Jamie Lee Curtis has never stretched herself ever in anything, and maybe that's what they were like. Oh.
But
didn't know you had
she
hair.
didn't really she didn't stretch
herself. No, I don't think she did either. She just didn't wear makeup.
No, she just did the
and like did
same comedic.
Yeah.
Not same comedic, but she just. When I say stretch herself, I think of like drama and stuff, and I don't know.
No,
all she did was went from slouching at a desk to standing up and fighting.
Yeah.
Which was probably a stunt.
And mean mugging. Now,
I know
Angela Bassett just chewed up scenery, but she can do that, and that's the kind of thing. It was like Denzel never winning, and then he had to play like a fucking just bad guy, and then everybody was like, "Oh shit!" and then he won.
He won for Glory.
Wow, he did supporting. Yeah, you're right. He did. You're right.
Once you win one, I'm like,
No, so for Denzel to win, when Denzel won, he was the first black actor to win the leading.
Yeah.
Best actor in like 40 years or something crazy, or 30, or 20.
Leading first ever, I thought.
No, Sidney Poitier.
Was he leading? I thought it was supporting.
Sidney Moore. I gotta look it up.
Okay.
That's if you're. No, Denzel wasn't. If Denzel was the first in X amount of years.
Oh, you're talking about for Glory?
No, I'm talking about for Training Day. Denzel was the first black guy to win Best Actor since Sidney Poitier did.
Oh.
And I think Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So it's been like 40 years.
I don't
because that same that's whatever.
Okay,
it was a Sidney Poitier movie.
Oh, he did one for leading, yeah.
Yeah, and then Halle Berry won the same year, and she was the first black woman to win Best Actress. Because let's get ratchet.
I didn't know he was up for leading. Wow.
Who Denzel? He had been nominated a couple times.
No, Lilies of the Field.
That's what he won for?
Poitier, yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a black movie. Wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black cast. Like, black story. And it won then?
63.
People
won
were
for
probably all,
best leading
people were all
actor.
hopeful. Thought things were changing, and then 40 years later, they were like, "Man, ain't nobody won since Lilies of the Field."
Yeah. Like, what's...
Then they fucking give Will Smith one for playing King Richard.
Which even people are like, that movie's just okay.
You know, he
Like,
has
that
a,
movie was definitely him. That was his Oscar bait
Oh yeah,
movie.
well,
And the fact they gave
keeps
it into
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I was like,
he keeps trying. They're like, he keeps making an Oscar grab every year. It started with Muhammad Ali when he played Ali. He didn't try to get an Oscar for that, but they nominated him.
yeah.
And after that, he was like, "I'm going Oscar."
Yeah. I'm good enough for that.
No. So then it was concussion,
Mhm.
and it
Concussion was
it
the one.
7
Concussion was
pounds.
the-
Oh, that was 100%.
That was the Oscar so white one.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't nominated, and it was like,
Did anybody want to see that shit? I mean, people gotta want to see your movie.
it was filmed in Pittsburgh.
And they were like,
though.
Oscar so white. I'm
It
like,
was filmed in Pittsburgh.
yeah, well, the doctor that, what was it, studied
I don't know.
Mike Webster's brain was in Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mike Webster, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's like, but the year before that movie came out, I think 12 Years a Slave won. You know.
It was like 2, yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
so it's like, I was like,
I remember that. I was
it's like the
okay,
controversy is.
yeah, there needs to be more diversity, but
If you didn't make any good movies, you didn't make any good movies. It's just,
yeah.
sorry. No, the whole women never get nominated thing as directors. That's just the issue. I think there's no female directors in Hollywood. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a boys
that is
club.
a problem.
Yeah, it's a boys club. So.
But even the ones that are like Woman Talking,
Mm-hmm.
like how are you gonna win an Oscar and you're not even nominated for Best Director?
They ain't nominated. That's crazy.
That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's like a weird thing. Like, but the same thing happened with Ben Affleck. Like when he won. I'm not saying it's the same, but
Yeah.
they pick and choose.
They do.
They
do,
pick
and
and
it's
choose.
weird.
They're like, yeah, okay, your movie's good enough for Best Picture, but we're not going to nominate you for Best Director. But that motherfucker, I made the movie. Like,
Yeah,
I made
Ben,
this
and
movie.
Ben Affleck's case was probably like
They were like, what's he going to
Ben
say?
Affleck.
They were like,
How's
you like
Ben
them
Affleck?
apples? How you like them apples?
Yeah. No, it does happen where a movie won't get nominated for Best Director. Like that happened with Dune.
Really?
Yeah, last year he didn't.
But
get
that guy's been nominated before, though.
Sicario.
Yeah.
But
Which
Dune
is
was
crazy.
Dune was nominated for everything
Except
under the
now.
sun. Well, not
Yeah.
everything, but a lot of stuff, and not Best Director. And it was like, wait, everything that you're nominating for has to go through him.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
approves
yeah.
it,
He's
so-
like you would think he.
Especially
Um,
Dune. I mean, that was.
Dune was.
I didn't see it,
Dune
but
was
like,
good. Yeah, Dune was real good. That's a
I don't understand.
four
I don't
and a half
understand the
stars.
Academy.
If it would be 5 stars, if it's Timothy Chalamet, wasn't that? But anyways, you know, he's not my type of actor, but he does all right in that kind of for a bitch.
I like him. He's good.
Oh,
He's good.
I just, you know, I guess I grew up watching too many John Wayne movies. I don't know.
John Wayne. John Wayne as
I don't know.
what's his? He played Genghis
He
Khan.
played Genghis Khan. Yeah, yeah. He played Genghis Khan.
That
That's
is
just
range.
Mm,
That's what gets you the
yeah,
Oscar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what gets you the
He
Oscar.
said, "Well, I tell you, Pilgrim, I started the crap." You never heard that song, The Rapping Duke?
No.
Oh, it was like one of the first rap songs that got popular, and it was just like a parody of John Wayne, and the chorus was like duh, duh. Like it was so funny that your grandma's dad, he knew it, like he knew about it. I'm just gonna say 2 parts. He said, "It starts out so you think you're bad with your rap. Well, I tell you, Pilgrim, I started the crap." When you were in diapers, wet in the sheets, I was at the Ponderosa rapping to the beat. And that was the song. Like,
And that's John Wayne.
No,
That's
it
the
was a
song.
parody.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was.
What's that song called?
So you think you're? It was called. I don't know. I don't know. Rapping Duke, John Wayne, the Rapping Duke. I don't know. Man. Wow. But anyways, yeah, he played Genghis Khan.
He did. I just know. I watched a clip from it before.
It's horrible.
awful.
I mean, Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra.
She did.
But I just heard, I guess
That
there's
movie was a
that
flop.
she may have been from Greek. Her family may have actually been of Greek descent. Yeah, I just heard that recently. I don't know how true it is, but yeah, it was like one of them biggest flops ever.
Yeah, it was. Very
Almost
bad.
bankrupted the story.
Yeah.
The studio. I mean, but you ever seen it? It's a
No.
fucking spectacle.
It's like 4 hours.
I've
isn't
seen
it?
parts
It's
of
long.
it, and it's
I heard it's just boring too.
it's kind of is. But you're just
Yeah.
like, man, they spent a lot of money.
I know that's how they did movies back then.
Man, you're like, it ain't even authentic. He spent a bunch of money on some shit that ain't even authentic. Like, he could have at least been like, I don't know, make it
But
look.
didn't make it look authentic.
Yeah,
They spent all that
We're gonna
money.
build a big old gold idol. Wow, I don't
Like
know.
you ever watched like the Ben-Hur from the '50s scene of them racing? I'm just like, oh, I know they brushed under the rug. People getting hurt
balled
and
up.
dying and stuff. Like,
But
no
that's back
way
when they
that
used to
was
do
all-
like tripwires on horses and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, horses get broke, person gets their leg broke.
yeah. That's why I don't like watching old movies with stunts. I'm like, yep, that
Yeah, that was real.
That was real.
Yeah,
and
real.
It hurt.
Yep.
Like I remember watching like Stagecoach, like
yeah.
state.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just seen the guy gets trampled on by horses.
Yeah, you're like, damn, that's
Yeah.
real. Yeah. You're like, just keep rolling. It won't be as bad if you roll with the
Oh,
horses.
man.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean,
That was
but-
John Wayne, Stagecoach. That was his first big one.
Was it?
That was his like. That's what made him like, oh,
John Wayne.
what's
I
this
mean,
guy?
I remember being a kid watching True Grit. I fuck with True Grit with John Wayne. I thought it was. I mean, it was like, you know, the whole concept of comic books where like they created sidekicks so that the kid would have someone to relate to.
Yeah.
I literally remember like feeling like that when I watched True Grit. Like I thought his relationship with that girl was so cool. Like I was like, man, that'd be cool. Some old cowboy come take me, go hunt some guys down. Man, you know, I'm like, man, that's born at the wrong time. You know, Rooster Cogburn. Like who gets a name like that? Rooster Cogburn. But yeah, John Wayne. Now we got Timothy Chalamet.
Oh man,
Yeah.
history.
He's gonna show up and take some kid on a trip to
No,
hunt
we still
down.
have characters like that.
Who? Tell you.
Cowboy. Oh, not cow. We don't really have cowboy. We don't really get westerns.
No, we don't.
No, I would say Keanu Reeves though. John Wick kind of has
Yeah,
that.
it does. It
Not
does.
not western, but like that.
that vibe.
yeah, that
gritty.
Like,
not toxic masculinity, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Just action hero, I guess, but not '80s action hero.
I talked to Tony Ann today because Tony Ann, people who don't know, shout out to Tony Ann, my friend in New York. It's been a while since I shouted her out.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It has, yeah.
I called her today because I was like, she's like, hello. I was like, guess what? She was like, what? Because she already knew, and I was like, I forgot your birthday.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's the thing. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, she's laughing. We started talking, and Timothy Chalamet came up in the conversation, and she was just like, these kids nowadays don't know. Like, what is wrong? She's like, what is wrong with being a manly man? I was like, right.
I don't know. I
I was like, it's just a different generation, and like the things that like defined our generation doesn't define your generation. It could be good, could be bad. I don't know. I guess we'll see. You know, you guys might change the world. Who knows? I'll be the grumpy old man, and be like, punch him in the face. You'll be like, Dad, we don't do that anymore. No one does that. I'll be like, no one. You'll be like, no one. I'll be like, there's a fight club in a sewer somewhere I know.
only time can tell.
I mean, we'll see. Anyway, you guys will be the ones that have kids, and that's all they want to do. You'll be like, oh, he wants to do that. It's fight. And I'll be like, what you gonna do? But, I guess that's life, though. My dad's generation looks at us like we're soft. You know, because their generation was crazy. But, anyways, moving on.
Tarantino announced he's getting a new movie.
What's it called? Kill Bill 3?
It's called The Movie Critic. It's his 10th and final movie. It's called The Movie Critic. That's all we know.
It's his 10th and final. Shut up.
That's his 10th and final movie. He said he's ending on 10.
He stole that line from us. Because remember
We
we
end
end
on
on
10?
Yeah, he stole that from us. I want my money.
I mean, he said that. He said he was ending on 10 before the Once Upon a Time came out.
You know, but that probably has something to do with the way the state of movies is now, and you know these guys, they're all pretentious.
No, he's pretentious. I think he just wanted to end on 10 because,
And then, well, I'll be like, well, okay,
10 or
Quentin,
9.
like, okay, like, and in 10 years you'll be wanting to make a comeback because people won't be talking about you anymore.
Yeah, it's reportedly set in 1970s Los Angeles. So, yeah. The Movie Critic.
Well, we shall see how many times he can use the N-word in that movie for no reason.
He did it in Once Upon a
He
Time.
tried. He beat up Bruce Lee instead.
He beat up Bruce Lee
He was
and had a
like,
joke about the Mexicans.
yeah, he was like, well, I can't fit
These
in
kids
nowhere.
nowadays don't let me.
Yeah,
They don't like creative freedom.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, one time I was married to a black girl, and I just kept saying it freely.
Wait, was he married to a black
No,
woman?
in the character he was playing in Pulp Fiction.
He was married to a black woman?
You remember
In
in
that
Pulp
movie?
Fiction? Yeah, there's a black lady standing there with him. That's his wife. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, in that scene, he's in the corner drinking a coffee mug. He's by himself.
Not by himself, bro. I'm telling you.
He's by himself.
All right.
And because
right.
I do remember him saying. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, "Whoa, what the?" I was like, "You wrote this for yourself. What's wrong with you?" And then I hate Samuel Jackson. I mean, he's like, it's business. I'm like,
I know. And Quentin always brings out these performances in him. Like Samuel L. Jackson literally played the house slave
I know.
in Django.
yeah.
Like spent 90% of the movie talking about massa, and then got to be the money thing at the end where he broke down like what was really happening. And I'm just like,
Wait, what was that? What did
remember,
he
because he was the one that figured out that they were pulling a scam on him. And remember when they got him in private, he just talked to him however he wanted to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
But in front of people, he had to put on in front like he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, now we're dipping into fantasy here. But I don't know. I do like Quentin's movies.
Django was good.
Django is good.
Django was really, really good.
I like Quentin's movies. Kill Bill 1 and 2 are one of my favorite movies. And he just kills me though with his pretension. He just does.
Yeah, he kills me like with his interviews. Very knowledgeable. I mean,
Oh yeah, he loves film. Loves film.
But like, yeah, him talking, I'm like, yeah.
And it hasn't changed since he got famous.
I know.
Like he's
It's
been like
crazy.
that since
That's
he got
crazy.
famous. He's been. She may have been like that before.
I think that's just him.
They
I
s-
think that's just how he is.
They said when he worked in a video store, that's like he went to film school for like 3 months or whatever and quit, just like Kevin Smith. But Quentin got a job at a video store, just like Kevin Smith. But he worked at the Quickie Mart, which was next to a video store. So Quentin worked in the video store and just watched film all day. And actually, I guess he says that was like his university, like how he learned how to make movies. But he said the thing I always took from him, the other thing I probably took from him is he said when people would come in, they would ask what was new, and he would tell them what was good. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. Because think about it, you go to video store, people don't do it anymore, but you go to the video store, and you just said the other day, you used to love going to Blockbuster Video because you could look at all the movies. But most people just walk in there and go to the new releases and forget that there's 1,000 movies here you've never seen, that are great, But so Quentin was real big on that, pointing people towards good stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I also like what's he make? I forget the quote. Like something about a turd.
Polishing a turd?
Yeah, that's what he does or something. Because like he takes cheesy or bad aspects from all the movies he's watched.
Yeah,
puts
yeah.
in his stuff. I mean, you can see it like homage.
so funny.
Like you can see his style from whatever movie,
Yeah.
whatever genre of movie he does. You can see. Oh yeah, he definitely saw all these movies, and like did his own thing with it. But stuff where you're like, oh, that's cheesy. He makes it work or something. I don't know.
I mean, there was a point in his career you could definitely map what he was doing. I don't know.
Not so much now, but up until
Yeah.
like Django, I would say.
Yeah, that was the last.
You
of
could
his-
see his influences.
I agree.
Actually, no. Once upon a time, when they would show like the movies and TV stuff that the character was doing, like you could see it then.
I liked that movie. The movie was good.
I liked it too. It wasn't what I expected, so like going back and watching it, I liked it a lot more.
So, speaking of, did you watch The Last of Us?
I haven't watched the last 3 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about the season finale, but you didn't watch it. I thought you did.
I haven't watched the last 3.
You got sidetracked.
It's been good.
A
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on.
I got sidetracked
With
with Better Call Saul, which I finished.
Hallelujah! I still have to watch 2 episodes.
Yes, you
Yeah, I
should.
do.
Yeah. People. Better Call Saul. It's a shame. I remember we watched that first episode when it aired.
Yeah.
It's
I
a shame
remember.
I didn't keep up with it. I'm
Yeah.
happy I didn't because I rewatched
It's so
Breaking
hard.
Bad a couple months ago, and I was like, it was like watching a whole new show for me, just because I was older.
Yeah. That's
And I
dope.
actually watched it.
Your rewatches are epic.
I know, and I appreciate it. I mean, I knew it was the greatest show. It's still the greatest show. Better Call Saul is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Two different types of good, which with just storytelling tone. Like they're not this. Like don't go into Better Call Saul thinking it's Breaking Bad,
Right.
because it's its own thing.
I agree.
It's its own tone. It's its own plot, characters. I
Right.
told you, like the whole show is a character study,
True.
but that's a pretentious term.
But it's accurate. It's accurate
it's-
though.
yeah.
It's accurate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
worth
mean,
the
you see
watch.
how Saul becomes Saul.
Yeah, really.
I mean, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is like, and you said it's the greatest sequel ever made.
Ever, I still stand by that.
I haven't seen the finale, and I'll agree with you, even without
Wow.
seeing the finale. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I got into it. I got 2 seasons in, and I dropped the ball a
Yeah.
little bit and just got sidetracked. So when you started watching again, I was like, I'll mess around. And the more I watched it with you, the more I was like,
it just gets better.
I was
the
like, yeah,
longer
this
it
show
goes.
gets better. It
Yeah.
literally like gets better, and there's only a few shows that have ever done that.
Yeah,
like,
like,
it's like,
It
yo,
doesn't plateau
Yeah.
or just yeah. You're right. And Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Is
yeah,
one
they
of
have
the
a new,
few.
they have a new show out that he's in. It's on, I think it's on Apple TV. It's like
Oh,
he plays
Bob
yeah,
Odenkirk?
Odenkirk's in it.
I didn't know he was in
So
the show.
and they're also
He's
working
good.
on a show with the actress that played Kim Wexler. It's not out
Apple
yet.
TV.
I don't know if it's gonna be on Apple TV or Netflix, but no, I'm talking about the people who made Breaking Bad.
Oh,
They have the new show with Odenkirk
gotcha.
and who is Saul people, and then they have a show that they're developing with Kim Wexler, with the actress that plays Kim Wexler.
She's good too.
So they're so good that I'll watch that just because they're making it.
Mhm, yeah.
I'll give it a try just because they're making it and that's who they're using. So
Yeah. I mean, I can't explain the
yeah, it's
like. I don't know.
it's so well written.
Yeah.
And just the things that happen and the way they happen. Like, all right, this is kind of off the subject, but not. Like, the things that happen in Better Call Saul may be extreme, but you can see the clear path of how it got there.
Yeah.
It's not just like a MacGuffin or like Deus Machina or whatever you want to call it. It's just well written. Even when there's callbacks, you're like, oh, that was a good callback.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really good at that
Yeah.
foreshadowing stuff.
Yeah, like,
They're great at foreshadowing
mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, and I was a fan.
I will say, I love the Breaking Bad characters. I love Better Call Saul's characters. I like the dynamics more with Better Call Saul
Yeah,
and the characters, and like
interesting.
their relationships, and because Breaking Bad I think's better for the plot. I mean, acting is top tier for both.
Yeah.
But I think the plot, just and how that develops and stuff, because Better Call Saul is not too plot heavy. If that makes sense.
No, it's
like,
not. It's not. It's
yeah.
pretty. This is what's happening.
Like there'll be episodes of Jim just like
Mm-hmm.
doing like a scam or something.
Yeah, I know.
Or something real basic.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas Breaking Bad's really plot heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But and I mean you have Walt and Jesse. I mean
But Walt and Jesse's relationship was always
it's
so
not.
tumultuous.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is, and it's a good relationship.
But it's a
Not
bad
healthy.
relationship.
It's not healthy.
Like,
I'm
we
just saying
just-
it's a good dynamic.
We just rewatched that episode with your sister when
Yeah.
she was home, when Walt's trying to get Jesse to cook again, and he's schmoozing him.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, people. And he's schmoozing him, and he's schmoozing. We all know he's schmoozing him. And Jesse,
No, Jesse turned him down.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, but he's schmoozing him to try to get him to do it. Then Jesse turns him down, and Walt goes back
Yeah,
to being Walt.
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's their relationship. Like, you'll get nothing. And it's just like, seriously, like the only time you actually showed Jesse that you truly cared was like at the end.
Yeah, there's like two.
Yeah.
I can count on
Did you
like
ever-
one hand where it's like, okay, that's a good moment. A moment.
A moment. This genuine moment.
Yeah.
That wasn't contrived. It was just like, no, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But then if you think about how the relationship started,
Mm-hmm.
it
just
was
business
strictly
partners.
business
Yeah.
from day one.
Yeah.
But if you look at Jimmy and Kim,
I know that.
that's like the craziest love story ever.
is.
they're like Sid and Nancy. Like they're just
Yeah. And spoilers. When they said "I love you," that was the first time.
that
on
was the first
screen.
time. Yeah.
and last time.
And the way they said it was
I
like
know, yeah.
matter of factly. Like I say,
Yeah.
I don't say this like romantically. I say it like a truth.
Mhm.
I love you, like that type of shit.
That
You
was-
can write that down and use that someone, people. Anyways,
That was good.
That was
Recommend if you
Good. Yeah.
if you I don't know how you haven't seen Breaking Bad at this point. Watch that.
Yeah.
If you have seen that but didn't watch Better Call Saul, watch that.
Okay,
Just-
so here's the
just
question:
do it.
can you watch Better Call Saul without watching Breaking Bad? I already know the answer, but you can for the people.
No.
You
It's
don't
just-
think?
You can, but why would
I mean, people are weird.
I
Like
know.
if you just sat down not knowing Breaking Bad, would
No,
you
you-
appreciate?
Oh, you
Better Call
can. You
Saul?
you
Yeah.
definitely can.
Yeah.
You definitely can.
Yeah.
But like, it's just cool to be like, oh, this
Oh,
character's
yeah.
origin.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
this guy shows up.
Yeah.
I had someone tell me before I watched. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watching Breaking Bad. Then I'm gonna watch Better Call Saul. I never seen it. They're like, no, it's Better Call Saul.
What?
It's Better Call Saul takes place before, so you gotta watch it before. And
No.
this was a girl. I was like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, yeah. You were like, I
I
don't
was-
hurt your feelings because you know.
Yeah, it was someone like I was interested in. So
Oh,
I was like definitely
you're like,
definitely
yeah, you're like,
I was
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was very because you know
Yeah.
movies. I'll argue.
You're
with
lucky. I
you.
know.
So I was like,
She's like, I'll do it with you. I'll watch it. You would have been like, oh, well, I'm gonna watch it at home with my parents.
yeah, like which is what I did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do vividly. I was like,
Yeah.
I started saying, yeah, but it's a prequel.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to watch it after.
They're like, it's like watching the prequels of Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're like, no, it's not.
Oh man,
No, it's not.
that. But yeah, you can watch Better Call Saul if you really want to. But
Yeah,
why
but
would
yeah.
you want to?
They go together. They definitely go together.
Especially because by the end of Better Call Saul, the last 4 episodes sums up like Breaking Bad's loose ends too.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So it becomes a sequel series
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
the end.
By the end, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I need to watch those probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday.
You should. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to hear what you think.
Yeah. You know your
It's
mom.
not like
I said, how was it? She was like, it was all right.
Yeah.
I said, all right. She was like,
She told
and she
me, I
went,
was like-
I mean, it was good. And I was just like, she's like, it was late. I was like,
it was
man, that
late.
summed it up. You were probably half asleep.
She was like, how
Your
much
mom's a
time's
trip,
left? I
man.
was like, 10 minutes. I
Yeah.
was like, 10 minutes to stay awake.
If there's one thing I've given you is the ability to immerse yourself in the viewing experience. I will say that.
Thanks.
Because your mother definitely
I
doesn't
know.
have that gene.
Deja
No, same thing. Deja
drives me
like,
nuts with
yeah.
Deja.
Deja be like, I'll do it with half watch something, but I watch her sister do it with everything and try to act like I watched all that.
Yes.
Night. You were on your phone the whole time.
Yes.
You looked up 3 times. Like it was just on.
It drives. And then she had the nerve last time to say, I don't watch stuff on my phone anymore. That was junior high. I'm like,
Yeah, is that what she was talking
Yes.
about? I was
And
ignoring
I
her.
was-
That's what she was saying.
yes. I was like,
Oh my god.
because I forget what I said. Something about her. I was like, no,
She
you
thought
definitely were
crazy.
doing that last summer.
I watched her do it when we were watching Breaking Bad.
Because she'll be. I remember she'd be brushing her teeth with a show on. I'm like, Deja, you're not even watching that. You're not
Yeah.
like watching you're not appreciating the show.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like kind of reading a Wikipedia page
Yeah, yeah.
versus, wait, I don't even know.
Versus reading
an
the
art-
actual, yeah,
reading the
actual-
book.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah. I know people who do that too.
Yeah.
So do you. But anyway, they want to argue with you, and you're like, motherfucker, I read the book.
Oh yeah.
But anyways.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
uh,
what it's. But that's what it's like. It's like you're not really appreciating it.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Because I mean, look, your mom. This happened today. Today, like right before you walked in the right as you were walking in the door. This was what's happening. Your mom's right before you walked in. Your mom goes, "Babe, you know what? You know your show came out today." And I said, "Oh, it's Wednesday." And I was like, "Mandalorian," and she went, "No," and I went, "Bad Batch." And she was like, "No," and I was like, and then I went, "Oh, Ted Lasso." And she was like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh my god." She's like, "Yeah, Terry told me today." I said, "Did she watch it?" She's like, "No, she just told me it's coming out." And I was like, "You want me to wait?" And she's like, "No." I pressed play. What do you think your mom did?
Oh, you're watching it.
Mm-hmm. She started talking to me.
Oh, so talking.
I'm watching it literally, but I had to. It took me 10 minutes to watch the first 3 minutes because I kept
Yeah.
stopping it, and she'd be like, "Babe," boom, 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 and I look at her and be like, "Uh huh," and I okay, okay, and she'd walk away and she'd come back and I
Yeah.
pause it, and then finally she was like, "I'll let you go," and I was like, "Thank you," because you're the one that told me it was on, but it was just like, because I was ready to lock in.
Yeah. There's certain shows I just have to do that.
Yeah. And Ted Lasso, people, season 3, most likely the last season. If not the last season, this will be the last season that has the same heart as the first 2. Because if they back up a huge truck full of money and say do another season, I'm sure they'll do it. But these 3 seasons have been labors of love. And when I tell people to watch Ted Lasso, I'm like, look, it will just make you feel good. And I mean that. I literally mean it. That show came out during COVID. I watched it on a humbug. I felt like every emotion you could feel. I watched the first season in 2 days. I watched 7 episodes.
How long are the episodes?
They're a half an hour, but this one was 48 minutes.
I thought it was longer.
And you sit down. I'm looking at my son, people. Like, you ain't seen. I've been telling you to watch this show. You ain't seen not an episode. And you're gonna watch the first episode.
No, I didn't want. I was eating dinner.
I was
eating dinner, and then you're talking to me about so and so.
Because you're like, well, who's that? No, you're like, who's that? You're
I
like,
didn't say
you're
anything.
like, why is he there?
Dad,
and
I didn't say anything. You said so and so, and I'm like, who? You're like,
Yeah.
that's so and so, something,
Oh,
something.
is
And
that what it
then I
was?
was like, oh well, what's that?
Yeah.
That's what the story. Because I wasn't saying anything. Because I was like, I know I don't know what's going.
But you saw they did the thing that they do. They try to get Ted Lasso to be out of his character, and that's why I just love the show, because like when Ted Lasso's down, it's bad. Because like I don't know, because he just stays positive in this terrible world that we're in. This character like stays positive. I was thinking the other night about art imitating life, or so they say, and how we have been hearing songs and reading books and watching film for years that just show these super positive aspects of just human life, right? And I thought to myself, why, if that is art imitating life, why don't we see this? Like, why were they singing? I'm on a little tangent for a second, but why were they singing songs about like peace 50 years ago and we're no closer to it? If that's really where like the human consciousness is at, why does our world not reflect the art that we make? Is it just a bunch of bullshit? And is it now that everybody who makes art in regards to those type of things are just basing it on the stuff that they saw growing up, like the things they watched? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the original song about peace that was written how long ago? You know, and maybe every song that's been written about peace has been based on the previous song, but the original song was the one that really was trying to get people. I don't know, because I just think about it all the time. Like, man, like, you ever seen that movie Hurricane with Denzel?
The boxing movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, it's a true story.
Yeah.
And part of the movie is how, like, when they finally, like, the people who show up to actually get him out of prison, they say to him, you're not the first people that have done this. They're like, everybody just runs out of steam. Yeah. Like, they're like, people have shown up. Like, Reuben Carter's innocent. We're going to get him out, and we're going to fight for him. And then they quit for years. So imagine you're like a prisoner, and like advocates keep showing up talking about, we know you didn't do it, we're going to get you out. After a while, he's just like, okay.
Yeah,
okay. And I was like, that's crazy. I mean, there was a at one point, Bob Dylan wrote that Hurricane song about him. Let me tell you about the hurricane. And that was like 20 years before he got out. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, sorry. That was my thing about art and life, people. You know, I'm done.
You lose steam.
Yeah.
There's just so many other variables.
Yeah, well,
Can't do it all.
Can't. You can't. But that's a good movie. We own it on DVD, but our DVDs, you know.
I'm not watching a DVD
but listen,
30 years ago.
I'm in the sub basement the other day looking for a heater for the fish tank, right?
Oh yeah, you have that box.
And I opened up the box thinking it's all my fish stuff, and it was all those DVDs. And my first thought was, why did we keep these? Like, we took them down and we packed them up. Like, what are we gonna do with those? We're gonna put them in a time capsule.
True.
Like, why did we keep them? It was like nostalgia. Yeah. Like, let's just keep these just because they'll be back in style. No, they're DVDs.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You're right. Yeah, someone today asked me if at Target if we sold VCR players.
You're lying.
And I said, when they left, I looked at the person next to me. I was like, did you just hear that? Well, they get, it's like not, it's, I've had VCR players, cassette players, and then they're like irritated when I said, no, we don't carry those. They're like, oh, what?
You're like,
and then they walk away. I'm like, that's an out.
That's like, dead technology. Like, that's dead.
It's not like,
yeah.
Like, you're not getting any benefits using that. It's inferior technology.
Yeah, man. Julius, when we watched Unforgiven, Unforgiven is one of my favorite movies. And it's always been a dream of mine to watch with my son when he was old enough.
Yep.
And I bought Unforgiven on DVD in 2001, just to give you some idea of the quality of that film. And I never thought anything of it until
You
what?
haven't watched it?
Was it 3 years ago?
I'm saying you haven't watched that
On DVD. No, I've
since
seen it
then.
on TV, but I haven't bothered to put the DVD in
Yeah.
forever. So
It was probably like 3 years ago.
I put it in. Julius was like, "Dad, what is this?" And I was like, "It's Unforgiven." You were like, "I can't even watch
I
this."
couldn't watch it because it looked I don't
It
know
looked-
how
it
they
looked
put
bad.
that on the DVD, but it looked like they VHS quality.
Yeah, it was. It was so bad.
So I was like, I couldn't, because
Oh.
even now I can see a difference between DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
why.
yeah.
That's why I don't get DVDs.
Yeah.
But that was even worse. I was
was
like,
bad.
whoa, this was bad.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it though.
Yeah, but it didn't hit you the way it should. You were just like,
It-
yeah,
No, I liked
was
it.
good.
I liked it. I liked it the more I thought about it.
yeah.
I would have liked it more if it was
If it
like
looked
clear.
better.
If it was like
clear, yeah. You're
crystal
like, what
clear.
happened?
It looked
You're
like a film grain.
You're like,
on
what
it.
happened there? Who did
It
what?
looked like an Instagram
You better
filter.
bury Ned right.
Because it was still. I think it was cropped too.
Yeah, it was cropped.
Which
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It wasn't shot like
Yeah.
that. How was it cropped? It was cropped like
Yeah.
it was. What was it? The 4x8
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Because TVs weren't wide enough.
yeah. Mm-hmm. The format was all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. They literally just put that VHS
Mm-hmm. They did.
on the DVD.
That's probably why it's like $9.99. And I still was like, I don't know, $9.99
$9.99.
in 2001.
2001.
Yeah,
That's
man, that's 9 junior bacons for Wendy's. Like, I don't know.
$9.99. That's a lot.
Feed a family for that.
It's a DVD now.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the movie what I get a DVD of.
All right,
Like, do I truly care about?
when DVDs first came out, buddy, it was like guaranteed Christmas present for somebody. All else fell. So I'm going with DVD. Give him a DVD, give him a CD, get him.
That's
Good.
funny.
$13.99. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the day. Now we just sit at
Stream.
home spoiled.
Yeah, I don't even get
Mm.
DVD. Like, I only get DVDs if I see it at the store and I look up the streaming services it's on. I'm like, okay, I'll get it because it's not on
Yeah,
anything.
because you busted out John Wick the other day, and I was
Well,
like,
that was an investment. I got that before Peacock, before HBO Max.
Oh.
I've had that for a while.
so why was it an investment?
Well, because we don't have the streaming services it's on.
Oh, I got
So,
you.
and
Mm.
it was a 3-in-1. It was all
Yeah.
3 movies, and it was something cheap too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I still need to watch number 3 before number 4.
I gotta
comes out.
watch 2 and 3.
I know 2 wasn't as good as 1. It was more spectacle.
I thought
I thought the
hot
story.
take. I thought 1 was okay.
Really, I thought the story was better in 1.
Oh,
I did. I thought
See,
they just
I-
went. I don't know. Like we'll see with 3 because the world they were starting to build with 2. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
3.
you're asking for a lot
yeah.
now.
I'm excited to see 3 just because it looked cool. Like the colors and
It
stuff.
looked cool, like a Japanese.
Yeah,
like-
like a
well, the thing with
neo-
1 was I felt like 1 could
neo-noir.
have been set in the real world,
Yeah,
and 2 it was like this obviously isn't set in the real world. There's no
you're right.
secret world of
It became really
Assassins,
stylized,
yeah.
probably.
that pay things with gold Cougarons. And you know how much one of those is really worth? Like one of
What
those
is it? A gold?
Cougaron,
What is
like
that?
a gold like medallion.
Oh,
Remember in Pirates of the Caribbean, those were gold Cougarons.
oh,
Mm-hmm. In the 70s, they were made gold Cougaron medallions. They were like, about the size of a quarter.
yeah.
But probably like $1,000 back then. You never seen the
Wow.
episode of Blackish when Pops tries to get the mom back because she's dating this young dude, and the son's all mad that she's dating a young dude.
Yeah.
So finally, he gets his dad to try to get her back. So he dyes his hair. You know, Pop. He dyes his
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
and he puts on the gold Cougaron, and he got his shirt on, button with the chest hair hanging out, and his gold Cougaron. It's a medallion,
Yeah.
So he's wearing it, and she's like, "Oh, the gold Cougaron," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Wow.
She wouldn't even look at it. She like covered her face, head turned away, and he's like sticking his chest
That's
out. I was
funny.
like, "Oh my god!" And he was like sweating. He was like sweating the
Yeah.
black dye. I was like, "This show is amazing." I like the Cougaron.
Did Pappy have one of those?
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Pretty sure he did. Yeah. Yeah. You know your Pap. So yeah.
The gold.
Yeah. The gold Cougaron. Yeah. Don't come back in style. You heard it here
I'm
first.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, then. But anyways, we're getting to that time. I can tell.
Yeah. Well, it's a weekday too.
It's a weekday. You gonna tell people the
Sober.
news or no?
I'll tell them when I sign the lease.
When is that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. It'll be soon.
Why did you get this plane ticket?
I know.
Yeah, people, things are happening. So
Decipher that as you will.
yeah, as you will. It's the final countdown. But yeah, there's other little meaningless pop culture stuff we could get into, but that's interesting. The guy who voices Miles Morales is saying he should play Miles Morales. He's a little older now, but I think he'd still be able to pull it off because good black.
Nope.
What?
He's older. Miles.
Your Miles has to be young.
Miles is young, and he's Hispanic black. He's too dark.
He's too dark.
He has to at least be light skinned.
Not light skin, like caramel complected.
Like caramel. He can't be. Shamik's dark.
Yeah, Shamik is dark.
Shamik's.
Yeah. We're not being like color stricken.
No.
People were just saying facts. Like there are shades to brown folk, and
They definitely have to. They're definitely casting someone.
But they shouldn't go super
Latino.
light.
No, but they're definitely casting someone that can speak Spanish too.
You think so?
Yeah, they're gonna do it for public outcry if they don't.
So you think they're gonna do like what would it be? Afro Hispanic?
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yeah, that's what he is. But I
Yeah.
mean, who fits that role?
It's gonna be
Find
a
something
no-name.
undiscovered. Wow.
Well, okay, maybe they will not. Maybe they don't have to. People want the kid from Blackish, the young kid.
Yes.
People have been.
Yes.
People think he was at something like a.
And he
premiere.
could grow into the fucking role. Even though he's 18 now, it's crazy.
He's 18.
Yes. No, I'm lying.
He has to be.
16. He's probably 16, but still.
Yeah, people have been saying him for a minute.
Yeah, he'd be good. He'd be good. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but
Yeah, I mean he's not. Yeah, he's not Latino.
but I don't know. It's so weird. That stuff's like weird to me. But
Hey, they can find a no name. Tom Holland was a no name.
yeah, he was, and he's our Peter Parker.
He is.
Even though, did you hear the thing with? Did you see? Wait, did you see when they were talking about? They were doing when Jimmy Kimmel was on the jokes, and he was talking about all the people in the audience, and he said Spider-Man. He panned, and it was Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I was like, that's funny.
It was
like,
funny.
He probably was like, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. But he's like, I didn't say it. He said it.
Yeah,
But-
that was funny.
And Pedro Pascal, who I don't really think is underneath that mask, but it's okay.
I don't think he is either.
This is more I think about it. I don't
But
know.
hey, I love him.
And if he
Good
is under the
actor.
mask, I feel like somebody should be fired because that's like, why were we spending money on this guy? Like,
Hey, he's a good actor.
He
Give him-
is.
Give him his green.
But literally, like never mind. We just talked about this. He could phone the whole thing in literally,
I don't think he is under the mask. I think it's the stunt double,
and he just talks.
which is in a studio booth.
Yeah, which is what they did for
Yeah.
Star Wars, like for real.
Yeah.
And it worked. So they didn't tell that guy.
Yeah, he
Which
said
is
he didn't
wrong.
know till the premiere.
Yeah, you know how he's probably just like, what? Like what?
That is wrong.
He was like, I was acting. They were like, yeah, that was the kind of the point. We need you to actually like emote. But man,
Oh, that movie was a mess. The
Well,
making of that movie was a mess.
editors saved it.
Yeah.
So you've told me. But yeah. But all right, so here we are. Yeah. Fuck. Saw Sim.
Oh, you saw her?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
How's she doing?
she's doing all right. And I told her that I was sorry and that this week we would ask the question. But once again.
Oh,
We've
man,
run
out of time.
So sorry, Sam. Next week.
But next week, we'll fit that in our
We'll
schedule.
fit that in, yeah.
Until then,
He's son.
yeah, and he's Pop.
All right, peace.
To the beat, da ha da ha da ha.